Hi everybody, Ben here from Art Less Ordinary. So I am going to do I call it my unique swipe because it's what I used to do ages ago. I did a few of them and I hadn't actually seen anybody do swipes like this before. I used to do quite a few before I even started doing videos, but I'm going to do one tonight just so anyone that watches my videos recently and hasn't seen any of my old ones actually gets to see this swipe technique that I did. So I have mixed up a black base, which is 1 part paint, 4 parts floetrol, and I have mixed up colours. So I have, this is magenta with titanium white. This is titanium white. This is silver. And this is turquoise with, so I had turquoise and one called pool party. And these are all mixed, 1 part paint, 2.5 parts floetrol. And they are all holcroft professional paints. Put them out the way for the moment. So what I got to do is I got to cover the base and then I will get to the swiping. But you'll get to see how I do it. It's quite a different kind of way of doing swipes. So it's fun, it's interesting, and yeah. So I'm going to coat this in the base coat. What I do is I pour it on, I spread it around with my palette knife, and then I tilt it until it's even. Similar to what I do with my ghost wipes. I will pause the camera so you don't actually have to watch this part, and I will be back very soon. Okay, we're back. So this has been covered, it's been tilted, and I gave it a quick torch to pop any bubbles that were there. I have left a little bit of black in my cup just in case for emergencies. So that is the plan. Now what we got to do is I'm going to put one colour aside. So I'll put the pink aside and I'll just stay with the turquoise, the white and the silver for now. So give it a little shake before you use it. Now before you use any, just squirt a little bit out. Okay, because sometimes you get a bit of floetrol that comes out first, which is white, where it's in the spout. So if you just do that, you know that you've got rid of that. Now we get this and we just do a little line. And I often do a little T. I didn't used to at the beginning, but I do now. So you do a T. Then I've got my white. I'm going to, first time using, so just squirt out the first little bit. And then we just do a little line over the top of that. I only do the top line with the white. I don't do the T shape. And silver, squirt the first bit out. All right. And then I'm going the silver. So now that I've got that done, and you do it roughly the same size as your swipe card. Sorry, I just dropped a tiny little bit of something. I keep my tweezers close because I seem to drop little bits of fluff or dirt. So then you've got your swipe card. So you try not to do it too much wider than the swipe card. I think I did a little bit here. Now you need to get the paint that is in front of your colours. So the white and the black. Place it down gently. And swipe. And I go all the way through to the end. Then wipe my card off. More cells will form. It also does depend how thick your black is. Everything's cooled down. The last 2 nights, we normally get 18 degrees at night time, and it's dropped down to 8 and 7 degrees. So my black is quite thicker than normal for that reason. Now what we want to do with the second one is move it across slightly. Oh, I made this a little bit wide as well. That's okay. and then you do it down a little bit, so you stagger it slightly lower, and you do the same as what you did before. So you do colour, white, silver, get the swipe card, and go through. Wiping off, cleaning on your towel. Definitely getting different reactions, but the paints were a little bit older. I added some more pool party into the turquoise, but it is giving me slightly different results. So now try and keep the same distance apart, and we do the next part of our tea. And I stagger these down. You can do them however you like. You can go up and down if you like. For the moment, I'm just doing it this way because I'm trying to show you what I usually do. So then you grab the black in front of it and swipe down through it. Try and keep your swipes straight and try to space them out the same distance apart. And same when you stagger down, try to do it relatively evenish. As always, it is fluidic art, so it doesn't always have to be precise. I do find it better if you are able to put your paint in some sort of a squeezy bottle than trying to pour it from a container or using a spoon. It's so much easier to get it even. Over the top and swipe through it. And I always wipe my card off on my tray first and then wipe the excess onto the paper towel. And just watch your card. If your card starts bending, get a new one, turn it around. It's just a matter of continuing to do this. I like these swipes. They actually come out quite interesting when they're finished. They don't look a lot right now. Swipe through it and off. And see, in time, more colour starts showing up. That's it just working its way to the surface. Now we go here. Probably don't have to do too much of a tea because a lot of it will come off anyway. And if you want these to be closer together, you can. If you want them further apart, you can. If you want your swipes to be wider, use a wider swipe card. This is where you use your own style and all that to get what you want. The only thing I do find with this, it's not easy to redo it if you make a mistake. You're probably better off to get a palette knife, scrape off what you did and pour black back there as evenish as you can. It's not always an easy thing to fix mistakes with this one. Now I'm going to go back up. Now, the main reason I put white in there is I find the white actually creates more lacing. Because these are all mixed with Australian floetrol. So it's kind of like a cell activator in a way. It will give you lacing and cells. Just because it's Australian floetrol with a high quality paint. So again, get it through and swipe down. Now, looking at it, I've probably only got enough space to do one more. So again, the colour I use on the other side is probably going to be more dominant than this one, because this one goes down and across. The next one's going to come up and across. So it's going to be a lot more of the pink. You can alter that, or I can start higher and go down. You can make these more staggered, so you come down and up a lot more quicker. Just whatever you do, try to keep it evenish. Once you've started a certain distance apart, keep it that way. Otherwise you will notice it looks a little bit uneven. And you also got to try to judge as you're getting close to the end that you're actually going to be able to fit it in without it being half off or anything like that. So you get the swipe, and there we go, swipe through it. Hoping these couple will get a bit more colour in them. Usually the shorter ones have more colour than the longer ones. So now I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to get black fingertips. Okay, turning it around. I'm just going to get a new swipe paper, so I'll use, that was a bit silly, wiping paint onto my fingers. Get ourselves another swipe paper towel. Now let me see, how does this look from your side, guys? Can you see it? Yep, I'm still in frame. So I am noticing a different reaction with this older paint compared to one that I usually make up fresh. And this card I'm going to stop using because I was using that for the turquoise. Now I want a fresh one for the pink. So now we're starting on the pink side. We need to squirt out the first little bit just to make sure. Now, you want to try and keep it in line with that one. So I'm going to put it up here, going across, and go a little bit further down because you've got a longer distance to travel with that colour. And you want it to be able to, the colour to reach all the way to the end. Then the white. Then your silver. And you can use whatever colours you choose with this. Don't ever think it's a set way. This is why everyone has slightly different ideas and styles. Now again, you've got to grab the black that is above the pink. Swipe down through all the way to the end. Some people are going to love this, some people aren't going to love it. This is just, it's the same with most art. You'll always find people will like things over others, but it's different. It's kind of unusual. I'm just going to close up and wipe the nozzle off my turquoise because I'm not going to be using that now. Now this one staggers in, so we need to come up a little bit higher and stagger like what we had before. Doing a slightly longer T shape. The white. And the silver. Just remember, the more paint you add there, the more wider it's going to push your paddle out. And if it goes too wide, then your card won't fit it properly. It's good that it doesn't a little bit, because then you get these little kind of like ends. But see how that one's got a lot more than others, just because that puddle became too wide. So again, through there. Swipe. So the longer swipes are harder to keep as even. You just do it to your best ability, really. Like everything, it doesn't have to be absolutely precise. Doing a longer part of the pink. So I've done these in quite a few different colours, mostly before I did videos. So I've got them around the place. I've given a couple away. So again, up the top and swipe all the way down. See how the longer it settles, the more cells and that are appearing. And now we're going back up this way, so we remove our line. I am doing this a little bit slow to show you guys how to do it. Once you get in the rhythm, you can usually go a little bit quicker. But just remember, you go too quick and make a mistake, it's hard to fix. And I find when you do the swipe, steady is the key. I don't like rushing the swipe. I find that's where mistakes come in. Just take it nice and easy, and then you seem to get the best kind of pattern that comes through. Oops. Nearly forgot the T part. I never used to do the T, but I found I used to run out of colour before it got to the bottom. So I started doing the T, and it did help. Get that. And swipe down. So you could use any paints that seem to work well with, I've used Holcroft, and I think I've tried Liquitex Basics before too. Other ones should work as long as they're a good, nice, good quality paint. I wouldn't try it too much with very, very cheap ones. It may work, but you may not get the same type of cells and reactions. I'm turning my card around now, so I've got a fresh side. Get it. Swipe through. These ones do seem to be going on a slight angle. So it's a little bit of a slow and steady wins the race, I find. Alright, nearly there. As you can tell, my back's starting to get sore. My body doesn't like being hunched over the canvas for too long. I'm going to get an adjustable height table for myself so I can adjust it depending on what type of pour I'm doing, because this isn't too bad a height for flip cups and things where you stand up and do it, but ones that you're leaning over a lot, doesn't agree with my back. So get it and swipe down. So that is about it. Nothing overly fancy, but at the same time, I find I get quite cool results. I'm just going to do up my bottles and wipe off the nozzles so I can get most of the paint out of there. You don't end up using a lot of paint when doing this, because there's not really a lot on there apart from the black base. And this is one I haven't tried with glue. I've only ever tried it with floetrol. I don't think you'd get that lacing. Now, I am just going to use the blowtorch and just give a quick little heat up. I don't know if you can see that, but it is definitely making more colour come to the surface in the swipes. And the good thing is that it's only bringing the colour to the surface in the spots that you want, because that's the only spots you've actually put the colour. So I'm not overdoing it, and I'm not keeping the heat gun anywhere too long. I'm just running it across. Okay. Ta-da! That's done. So sometimes my staggers have been a lot more dramatic, and I've actually had quite a V-shaped. Other times I've had a long canvas and I've actually gone kind of up and down. This one here seems to be a little bit more, it's gone over and then just come back a little bit. That is the part. You can adjust it, these staggers, as much or as little as you like, and you can adjust the spacing. Just remember, if you keep them too close, they can sometimes join up a little bit. And if you do the staggers quite big, you will notice that you've got to be careful you don't get the pink and the green touching each other halfway through. But I am going to bring the camera down and show you a close-up. But this is it, and I quite like them. They are different. It's not something I've actually seen at all before. Been doing them for probably a year and a half, maybe a bit longer. And yeah, they're just different, and it's a good way to also practice swiping because you're doing it quite controlled. So let's have a look. So there you go. It is hard to always show the camera what you see in real life. These are a lot more vibrant. The pink is a lot more brighter, and turquoise is a lot more brighter. But we will come down for a close-up and see all the cool, right? It's focusing on the black, and that's what's making it overexposed there. That's a little bit better. See how you get kind of really cool effects that come down. So down here I've got like black kind of little holes. Then you come up and you get the coloured cells, and you get white cells and little specks. And over this side you've got the turquoise. The camera's going to keep focusing and changing the colours. That's what it likes to do. So you do get some cameras that can't pick up reds very well, and you get other cameras that can't pick up blues very well. So pink and turquoise kind of fits in both of them. Let's see if I can adjust. Not really. No, the more I try, the more it's messing it up. So there you go. This is the I've just been calling it unique swipe lately because I haven't really figured out a name for it. I'm just started it off for fun, and it's working out quite well. But look at all the detail in there. See how there's all really cool little specks and cells lacing. This is where the paint kind of comes off over the edge when you're doing the swipe. That there had more. The top of the T was wider, so it's kind of created those extra ends, when the ones that aren't so wide kind of just give you a bit of a solid line. But yeah, this is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Something different anyway, at least. So like, comment, share and subscribe. And when you subscribe, click the bell and hit all, so it tells you when more videos come up. Share the video if you like it. Let others see this new type of, or different type of swipe. And leave a comment. I am trying to get through them all. I'm trying to work my way backwards, and it's taken me a lot longer than I thought, but I'll get through them. And have a great evening. So have fun, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time for another pour. Okay, bye.